Hey boys and girls, you ready to play this game with me? We are going to be playing a Roll a Masterpiece, Design a Mitten game. And just like my friend Bernie Sanders with those cool patterned mittens, we're gonna create some of our own today. You will need a pencil and then either a black crayon or a Sharpie marker or black marker to outline with. You will need your little game board. I have one pulled up here on an iPad. You could pull it up on your computer screen, or if you have a printer, you can print out that little game board. And then you'll notice you will also need some dice. Well, you just need one, and I think that's called a die when it's just one of them. Isn't that strange? If you do not have one of these, I have lots of them here. Just take one of mine. Oh, just kidding. If you don't have a die, you can use that spinner board. It looks like this. Let me find it. It looks like this. And then when you press play, it spins, and then you just touch it to pause, and then whatever it stops on, that's the pattern that you can use. So you can use it that way. Or if you want to get fancy schmancy and you don't have a dice and you don't want to do the spinner, you can just choose one. It's okay if you want to do it that way. Just say, I want to do the snowman. All right, so to start with, the first thing we need to do is we need to create our mitten. Now we want this mitten to be a big, huge honkin' mitten, like if you had like Hulk hands, you know, giant hands. Because if we do them and trace around our hand to make that mitten really small, you're not gonna have very many patterns in there. So you can use your hand as a guide, but I am going to pretend like I am like super, super huge giant mitten. And I'm gonna trace around my thumb. Look at that, see how big that is? And then around my fingers. So it is a big mitten. Is that not so easy to see with my pencil? Here, I'll hold it up so you can see. Look at how big that mitten is. Whoa, it's huge. And then I'm gonna make the cuffs. So I'm just gonna have it, the cuffs extend down a little bit, and then I'm gonna close the bottom so it looks just like that. So I'm just doing one mitten. If you have fun with this and you want to do the other pair that goes with it, you could have somebody help you with a new piece of paper, trace around that hand, unless you want to try to do it. I'm not so good drawing with my opposite hand, but maybe you are. All right, so then, once we are done with that, you're gonna take your marker and we are going to just trace around the outline of that mitten. And I'm gonna stay on the pencil line as best as I can. If I go off a little bit, is okay. Then, so we have 5 rolls, which means we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, which means we're gonna make 4 lines. So we're gonna start across here. We're gonna make them go across. 1, 2, 3, and 4. When I make 4 lines, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Isn't that awesome? All right, it is time to play the game. So now I'm gonna use my game board, and here's how it works. This is the column for roll number 1. So I'm gonna roll my die, and I got a 5. So I am going to use my game board. Here is roll 1. I'm gonna go down until I see the 5. Up, I have the bumpy lines. Remember all that line practice we did earlier this year? It's gonna come in handy with some of these. So there's a bumpy line. So I could draw in pencil my bumpy line pattern. I could start at the top or the bottom, or put it wherever I want it. But since I'm the art teacher, I'm pretty confident in my bumpy line drawing, and maybe you are too. I'm gonna draw right on with my black marker. So my first pattern is the bumpy lines. And then I'm going to continue filling these sections the same way. I'm going to roll. I got a 3. Now I'm in column roll 2. And I'm gonna go down to the number 3. I got this one, looks kind of like wavy little ladders. So when I see a pattern like that, I'm going to look and say, okay, I need to make some wavy lines. Oops, move that. and then there's lines that go up and down. So I'm only copying the pattern that I see. So there's a wavy line, and then another wavy line, and then that one gets the up and down line. So there is my pattern. Now, does it have to look exactly like what you see on here? Of course not. Some of these are pretty tricky. You might want to practice on another paper before you try, like that one. Woo, I don't know. How would you do that one? You could do the zigzag line and then do wavy lines through, or you could do the wavy lines and then zigzags. If it doesn't match exactly, it's okay. I won't tell anybody. All right, so I'm going to continue doing these. Next roll, and then we'll see what we got. Oh, I got another number 3. There it is. Okay, there is my mitten with my patterns. Now, guess what I can do? I can color it. Use either markers, crayons. If you want to use your paints and paint it, go right ahead. So you can color your mitten however you would like. So I'm going to color mine, and I will show you what it looks like when I am finished. There it is, friends. What do you think? I used crayons for my whole mitten to color, and I made sure that I colored in all the white spaces. It didn't leave anything, and I tried to stay in the lines as best as I could. I hope you had fun making your mittens today, and you can play this game as many times as you want to. Make them a little bit smaller if you want, and put 2 on a page. Once you have finished, I would love to see your creations, your beautiful artwork. Please attach it in the project gallery, the patterned mittens that will be on Art Sonia. And I hope you have a wonderful, warm weekend. It's supposed to be very, very cold, so make sure you wear those mittens if you go outside. Have a great week, and I will see you again real soon. Bye, friends.